Hello and welcome to Bargain and Subscription Gaming. My name is Rich. We're going to play a little more Tales of Arise. And it looks like as we get out of this start screen that I have another one of these little cartoony cutscenes.
What was Kelzelik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt. Even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Danans and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion!
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
Your livestock have reached maturation. Yeah, I haven't been able to pick them up in a while.
Whoo! I think Hoodle senses something.
Okay, little sense of something. Okay, we're gonna have to go all the way across, but first, you know me, I'm gonna look all around here. Alright. What do you hear, Hoodle?
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
It's on! Take this! Be still! Dragon! Take this!
Leave the charges to me! If they run you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Be still!
Annihilation!
We're not done!
Into the
Evil
shadows!
Here! Talon Hurricane!
The heavens must be smiling.
They switched out the party. How do I... change party leader? No. I want Alpha to be a party leader, but... no. I don't remember how to do it. Ah, here we go. Oh, we're close to the
Right, here goes! Be still!
Sleep now.
Strike!
Isn't that handy?
I'll
Take out the legs with my shield. You got company.
Here I come! Here!
I'll stop its charge. Thanks, Kisara.
One knocked up!
Tiger blade.
This one's all mine! Hurricane
Now,
Blast!
meteor.
Rinwell!
Astral energy.
Say no more! That astral energy was incredible!
I gave it everything I had.
Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo!
up there.
Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo!
Okay, that one sounds like just some woman talking. A devil tail.
Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo!
Okay,
Look, Hoodle. One of your
put that on
buddies.
somebody. Need to put that on somebody. I don't know who. That kitty cat. The wings of a horn. You know, how about we take the wings off? Go with It doesn't really work with her outfit, though. Well, maybe, yeah. Okay, I will give her the devil tail. There we go. Alright. Alrighty. More loot.
What's this thing?
Piggies.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Glacial spear. These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
On guard!
Lightning
on!
Do it!
It's over!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
A fish!
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
Summary. Various fishing points are scattered around Donham, which contain different species of fish to catch. These fish can be used in cooking, sold for gold, geld, or even unlock new titles, so don't hesitate to try new fishing holes when you find them. Fishing consists of 4 steps: casting a line, luring fish, hooking them, and then reeling them in. For more information about these steps, consult the fishing controls topic. Well, we're going to have to try it if you give like a... Okay, let's see.
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this. Ha!
Soft shake. Hard shake.
Not my lucky day, I guess.
Okay, aim for that.
Yeah! There we go. I'll let you go this time.
Okay, let's try again. I don't quite understand how this works.
Reel it in. Dagnabbit! It got away.
This is very difficult.
There we go. I'll get you next time. Could it be? You've got to know when to quit.
I don't understand.
Ha! I've got something. Good fishers always keep their cool. Reel it in.
Did we catch one?
I'll catch something bigger next time.
Could have been worse.
Cannon
At least you
bass,
caught something.
skilled angler. Yay. It's a record size. Yeah, because we haven't done anything else. Rarity 1. Okay, let's try one more time. See if I can continue.
Oh!
If you hold X down and push in the direction that they want.
I didn't think I'd catch something this big.
Another
Are we
cannon
going to be
bass.
able to finish all that?
Record. All right. Okay, I'm gonna send one over here.
I've got something. Well, it's not bad, per se.
Nice work!
Another bass. I don't know how many more times to do this here.
Ha!
I think I'll make this the last one.
All right. Anybody could reel in that.
Got the
You sure
same
know what
fish
you're
this
doing.
Time. So you can switch lures or something. Do we have select rod, Miguel's rod, novice tanker, fish sniper.
Everything
eyes.
looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this.
Hawksbill trout, talca trout.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one.
We want tilapia. Subsurface mirage. This might get the pond tilapia. So X triangle. Okay. Let's try.
Yeah. I've got something. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
You sure know what you're doing.
So we caught a different fish. Let's select rod and lure. Okay, hawksbill trout, triangle square. Let's try.
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this.
Okay, hawksbill trout, triangle, then it's triangle, then X. Okay.
All right. Anybody could reel in that.
Guess it's important to stay calm.
Then we go to our select rod and lure. Triangle square is the one, or X then a square. And we want a Menaceian catfish, so Menaceian bass.
Now, where might those fish be?
That one. So X then square.
Oh, we've got a lively one.
Tired of it.
I didn't think I'd catch something this big.
Remarkable.
Menaceian
You're top of the
catfish,
food chain.
92-pound fish. Look at that big thing. Look at that big thing. All right. Talca trout, triangle in the square. Okay, triangle then a square.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
That was just
Guess it's
standing
important to
bass.
stay calm.
Not the Talca trout. Is it triangle in the square? I don't remember. I'll have to look. Triangle square.
I've got something. That's not a fish I see often.
I see you've gotten even better
all
at
the
this.
fish they make at this pond. So I think I'm gonna exit the fishing now. That we've done a lot of fishing, yes.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
Oh, I was reading that muted. Fishing expert found a talca pond can teach you the basic about fishing and shows him your fishing notes. They'll tell you where to go to catch fish you haven't found, as well as giving you new fish gear based on how much you've caught. Miguel's rod. Beginner's popper. Okay. Skill time. Sky. Shield and go. Faster AG recovery. Okay, what else has she got? Ingenious discharge. Okay, attack strikes ground. Igneous. Air evasion. Easier over limit. Uh-oh. Oh, your lights are there. Now I can get back to my mist. Sorry, I forgot I spoke. Carry on, don't mind me. Infantry shield. Ooh.
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job.
Equipment, and that would be her. Rock wall. This is much better. The rock wall is way better than my Imperial. No, that's. Yeah.
No need to thank me.
This is a goofy change.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey, though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances.
Start having sexy
Perhaps
time.
I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it.
Nice travel point. Let's see. Sure, the stock of supplies. Okay, what do you got, buddy? Managed ranch. We got, okay, cow, pig, chicken, beef. Raise the horse. Okay, raise livestock. Let's in the barn. Weapons, craft weapons. Oh, we got new stuff. Can't make any of it. Neat though. Wow, those really jump up too. So I need crystal knuckles to make refined crystal knuckles, but I don't have the... Okay. It'll be ready whenever that comes around. So I get for selling the old stuff, I guess, huh? Bah. Anything new? I don't think there's anything new.
I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Original.
Oh, we don't have Sebring. Beef stew. Cheese fondue. Pork buns. Grilled mushrooms. We get this. We have everything for beef stew. I think we will go.
This is a true masterpiece, no less than culinary art.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind, either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him.
You
know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
You are now closer to Kisara.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything? I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Alrighty. Next zone. I don't know how much further I want to go in this episode.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
how many little cutscenes I got.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danon, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danons in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
Oh my god.
It's true that most of the Danons in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Oh. Alright. This gets a little ridiculous. Gonna do a little system and a little saving of the game. Oh, yes. And then I think we're gonna end this right here. Thank you all for watching. If you guys want to see more Tales of Arise, let me know in the comments. If there's other games on Game Pass or PS Premium, games are free to play, games are on sale that you're interested in, you can write that down there as well. Try to get to them as soon as possible. I'll see you guys all next time.